Ico was defeated. By the way,
right.
For those that are we going to announce the winner?
Oh, keep going. Keep going.
For those that don't know,
do that in a minute.
one of the tweaks I made, the elite NPCs, the rare NPCs in the world, will drop Blood of the Brood. Blood of the Brood is actually what corrupts these creatures to be what they are. So you'll get a vial of Blood of the Brood, which you can use to craft right now dragon scale bag, some other things, and over time, as we add more content, it'll be used for more recipes. All right, Chloe, go.
At some point, you're going to actually use charcoal, right?
Maybe. Yes. Actually, charcoal would be good for poison. I mean, if you eat something and you get poisoned.
Well, you've been saying that for like.
I know. Well, I have been actually.
That before you actually even introduced charcoal. I need to bug that for you and just add charcoal functionality.
I know. And the sad part is I can just go into the stats and do it, but I end up working on other things. I always forget, so
I'll
sorry.
send you an email.
All right, we're making our way up the coast.
All right. Well, while you're doing that, I'm going to announce the first 3 winners.
Woohoo!
Yay! So congratulations to one clever name, Nanook, I think is are you from Calgary or Alberta by any chance? And good grief.
What'd you do, Chloe? What'd you do, Chloe?
I don't know how to pronounce these names because Twitch names don't necessarily make sense. But congratulations to the winners, and I totally just sent that from the wrong account. That's what you get for having multiple accounts logged in, so let's try that again. There we go. David is from the right account, sorry. So, if you are a winner of a copy of Savage Lands today, congratulations! If you already have a copy of it and you want to share it to a friend, you are free to do so. If you stream or make Let's Play videos and you want to do a subscriber giveaway, that is totally up to you. We do not care what you do with it so long as you use it in some form or fashion because we are all about sharing the awesomeness that is the Thunder Dome. Moobot did just put a message in chat for the winners. If you could please click on that link and send me a message saying, hey, I won today. Yay, awesome. I will send you your codes after the stream today. We don't ever do them during the stream because they get
so cool.
So
I'm at a spot I want to show everybody something.
Okay.
So I just added these 2 structures into this area over here by this leaning rock pillar. Behind these 2 structures is actually an erosion trail that if you follow the erosion trail all the way up, it'll take you to the ruins of Kalsul. Pretty cool, huh? All right, so there's that little tidbit there. All right, so let's rock and roll. We're going to keep moving up the coast here, boys and girls. We got to make our way to the ruins of Askira. All right. So hopefully we got a lot of new people here joining the stream today. I hope so. If so, welcome. We're glad you guys are here. If you haven't purchased Savage Lands yet, it's on sale for the next 5 days. You can get it for $8, right, Chloe? Is that what it is? $8? Mm-hmm. That's it's super.
Well, it's 60% depending on which country you're in.
Yeah, depending on which country.
I see a different price because I'm not in Canada.
It's really cheap and it's a good deal, and you can join our awesome community and have fun in this really cool game. And I see a beach that I want to add a bunch of stuff on. This is the area that I want to add my port town. It's all laid out and ready. It's ready for me to get in here and start laying stuff out. I just haven't had a chance to do it yet. It's just, look at this. It's just perfect for a port town.
No comment. Oh. Well, and speaking of things that you are working on, why don't we go into what is currently planned for Update 17?
Currently, Update 17. I made some tweaks to the skeletons. A lot of balance changes. So I tweaked some of the skeletons so that they rotate faster. Just kind of general balance tweaks. I increased the overall health of the Furies. I wasn't liking how the Furies played out. I think they should be stronger. I added in the serrated ebon steel sword. So for those of you that had it during beta, it's now back and it drops off of Furies, and these Furies have been placed in the world. During Alpha, yeah. Sorry. During the original Alpha back in February, there was a weapon that dropped that I pulled out of the pool, but it's back. I also added in a really cool weapon, the Everwood Bludgeoner. So you'll definitely want to pick it up. It's great. It's one of those cool weapons that it's made out of Everwood, and it also cures disease. So you'll definitely want to have it on you. And it has really cool glowy Everwood white particle effects on it. So, and it's pretty nasty though. It does some decent damage. And it's really easy to maintain too. So as long as you have one piece of Everwood, once you craft it, you just got to pay the mats for what is it, heavy or high quality ore, and that's it. Mm-hmm. It's really easy to maintain.
And so as always, guys, when we do our preview notes, they will be up in the forums shortly. I actually specifically waited until after the stream because Chris likes to do his preview section. Yep. Or I like him to do his preview section, which is really more the reality. They will be added to as we go throughout the process. You may have noticed that we've already got our next update target. We are going to be stretching out the next update a little bit because we're looking to really nail down a lot of the bugs that we're having, both with the actual game and then with the server as well, so there's a bit of a longer gap. But as we go through and things move off the work in progress and onto the preview, we will shift, as we always do.
So there's a question about dragon armor. Yes, dragon armor is in the works. That's why I added scale spawners into the world. So for those of you that have found them, awesome. They're kind of random. Also in Game Update 17, I added a few more spawners to the world where scales will spawn, mostly in locations where you can find cur, hint, hint. So good luck. Collect those. They also are applied towards dragon scale bags, which you could imagine required scales. So, collect those. But the armor's in the works. Getting armor into the game is a pain in the butt. Takes a lot of work. The artists have to do a really good job. Then we got to rig it and all sorts of stuff. So we wanted to get the dragon encounter in, but there'll be some really cool dragon armor that you can craft using scales shortly. Soon. All right, we're almost there, guys. Okay. It is a long journey. So, So
for folks who are trying to join the server and who may not be seeing it in the list, Steam actually removes a full server from the list, as we discovered when we went to try and change that. We're trying to
figure out a way around it.
I'm sure at this point we were actually working with Valve on that one, or I should say on Steam.
We'll have a solution for it in time, but for now which is unfortunate, but.
Yeah.
Sometimes there are just some of these little sores that you have to deal with.
Yeah. It's a sore. Amazing is asking what your weapon is that you are currently using, Chris.
The weapon I have in my hand is Ragebane. That is the weapon that drops off a cur. It's on fire. It's a great torch. It also keeps you warm so you never get cold while it's in your hand. It's something really cool. One of the best weapons you can have for mining, cutting trees. It lives up to its name. The best part, and I actually crafted some new lore for Ragebane, it didn't come from the Sundered Isle. Where Soulstorm was actually crafted by the sages of Askira, but hidden from Kur because of Soulstorm's actually quite powerful. But Ragebane actually comes from somewhere else. Pretty cool, huh?
Indeed.
All right.
So it'll be when we have more room to write things other than just the journal, lore eventually.
Yeah, lore is actually one of the things we're planning out and talking about and how we're going to get it into the world. We're also, you guys will like this, we're talking about Unity 5, pushing the game forward to Unity 5 so we can get some really cool, taking advantage of the new tech and engine to get some really cool visuals out of it. But we're investigating that we're reinvestigating it right now, and what we can do, and what the impact is going to be to our current tech. We are chugging a little bit. Looks like this is good. Hopefully we'll crush. That's me going, great, this will be great.
It's an unusual statement for a game developer to actually want to experience a crash live on stream.
Sorry,
I'm just saying. We
I'm
do
like,
not
oh, we'll find the bug and we'll fix it. No,
yeah,
it's.
of course.
I'm actually more so. I'm impressed that it's running on my little cruddy laptop as a server. And it's not running too shabby. We're probably running. There's a lot of people in the game right now, so we're probably running like it. I don't know, on my machine. I'm guessing 30 frames right now, maybe 40. I'm getting, but we got. I set it at 16 to manage frame rate issues for other players that don't have the machine that I run on. So, all right. So we're here. I'm gonna build a blacksmith for everybody, so that if you need to repair armor and weapons, this is how I roll. I'm gonna probably miss. Watch you. I'm gonna miss one component in this whole thing. All right. So.
So while you're doing that, I'm going to start asking you questions.
All right, ask away.
That's always fun, making you do multiple things at once.
Yeah, it's not fun.
So the tracker is curious whether we will ever add randomly generated worlds.
At this time, there are no plans, but who knows? Maybe in the future.
A lot of our stuff is procedurally generated. Obviously, the locations themselves are not. When you walk into Argo always looks the same, except when Chris gets it into his head to, you know, rearrange the buildings.
All right.
Between updates.
But yeah, I do that often.
Is that you're never going to find creatures in the exact same spot. You're never going to find the same item in the exact same spawner. And even if you go multiple times, not just log in, log out, log in, log out, if you go to a world, a new world, and you're wandering through the wilderness, and you happen to see a ruin, you want to poke your head into it because there might be something there that is unusual. All of the spawners in the world have a range of items that can spawn there. Some things are really rare, some aren't. And so you also, you want to actually go and explore once you are comfortable and you feel confident that you might be able to take on, say, a pack of wolves at once by your lonesome or with friends, so you can get out and start exploring the larger island that exists. So. Yes, Chris? It's never a good sound.
All right, guys, if you're in the stream, somebody build a Pike of Resurrection if we got it. We can't do this
Hopefully someone has that.
I started it, but it looks like something got bugged.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this is odd.
Is it just not showing that it's done?
Nah, something happened. Gosh darn it. I don't know what it is. Chris. All right, anybody got a Pike of Resurrection? Any skulls? Skeletons are nearby. We can't do this encounter unless we have a pike up.
Can you destroy yours and rebuild it?
I tried. I don't know. Something that looks like it got bugged. Gosh darn it.
GG.
What the heck
GG
is
noob.
that?
Who made this game?
I know, right? It's like one... Oh, darn it.
Alright. So Mythin7 is curious about arrows. And wants to know if we could make it so that flint arrows could actually be lit on fire, and normal arrows just use stone arrowheads instead.
Oh, we got a pike
kind
up.
Of a logical idea.
I'll make a new one.
You get it?
Yeah, Poffus got a...
Okay, I tried.
Yay,
Poffus got a pike up.
But yes, arrows. Changes to arrows, where flint is ignitable and regular arrows are made with stone instead.
All right, so where is everybody? Oh, there's a pike. All right, we got a pike. Everybody act. No, I'm not. I'm focused on the encounter. Chloe, we got some serious stuff to focus on right now.
Question from chat.
This is a raid, Chloe. We got to focus.
I'm gonna raid you.
All right, so let's. I'm gonna give everybody some time to get here. If you're watching the stream, let's hopefully some of these guys can get here. Just look for my name tag, and we will engage once the majority of people are here. So now I can answer questions, Chloe. Let's do this.
All right, folks. So while I repeat Mythin's question for the third time, if you do have a question for Chris or myself, please make sure that you @Signal Studios when you hit it into chat, so it actually pops up and basically I can read it on my screen. So Mythin wants to know, would you kindly change flint arrows to stone arrows or make the flint arrows lethal. Chris?
That's a lot of work. That means I got to take a prefab, change out the component, literally 30 seconds. It's a good suggestion. When I add new stuff, I like to make sure that there's some really good benefit to it. So I'll think about. I'll take a look at it. Maybe there's something I can do there. It's a good suggestion.
I mean, the fact that we're using flint, say, versus stone, where flint has a lot of uses already.
I would want there to be a damage difference between the two arrows.
That's fair.
If anything. So I know stone is more readily available. Yeah. So, all right. We got some stragglers.
Absolutely.
We got
but
some
if it's
stragglers.
more readily available, would it do more or less damage?
If it's more readily available, it'll do less damage.
That's fair.
If it's a high quality, it's more high quality, then I will have it do more damage. If that makes sense. Very basic. Balance 101.
Well, on the upside, you could actually replace it with stone and keep it the same as it is, and then make flint arrows actually do more damage.
Or I could.
Logically.
Or I can make stone arrows do 10 damage instead of 14, and there you go. Boom. Anyway.
Chris, don't make the bow harder to use.
Hikosio, I think it's Hikosio. Hopefully I said that right. Asked the question: how did you come up with the idea to make this type of game? This is a really good question. I think a lot of people would know. When we, at the time, oh boy, I see a deer off in the distance floating. Oh no.
Squirrel! Oh my God! Focus.
So, why is that? Gosh darn it. So for every positive, there's always a negative, it seems like. Anyway, I'm slightly embarrassed. Nobody looked to the left. So, it's a good question. How did we come up with the idea to make Savage Lands? When we took a look at the types of games that we wanted to get into on Steam, we said, we're fans of survival, but let's do a survival game. And everybody's like, yeah, but let's not do zombies because like everybody and their mother's doing zombies. So, of course, here at Signal, being a bunch of veteran developers and over at Digital DNA, they're veteran developers as well, we said, let's do the hardest possible thing. Let's do fantasy. And so we thought, or at least the idea was that by doing a fantasy survival game, with dragons and skeletons, D&D-like type atmosphere, that we would have a different entry into the genre. And that's kind of where it was born. And so we kind of ran with it. And so it's a fantasy survival game. You really don't see that. Most of the time, most of the games on there, minus Stranded Deep and my favorite Subnautica, most everything seems to be zombies and dinosaurs. Not saying Dinosaur Ark's a good game, by the way. But, in general, it was just something different. And we as veteran developers like to do different. But at the same time, we're not a huge team. We're only 6 devs. So I know a lot of people are like, why don't you have an update every week? Or why is this stuff taking so long? That's because when we allocate resources to something, for example, somebody just summoned Kerr. All right, boys and girls. Somebody with Everwood just summoned Kerr. So anyway, that's kind of the short skinny. That's how we came up with the idea, and that's how Savage Lands was born. We wanted to make a brutal, gritty fantasy survival game, and that's what I think we came up with. It's not your World of Warcraft, where you can watch TV and eat dinner and play.
While you guys are waiting for the dragon to arrive, we're going to do another giveaway. So anybody who wants to type Everwood, one word, no caps, into the chat, you can do so right now, and we will we'll pick some more winners. So Everwood is indeed the key.
Look at Chloe taking charge of the stream here, just already calling out the words.
Yeah, well, just because I asked you the last time and it took you well, so I got ahead.
All right, Kerr's I'm not going to engage Kerr yet, guys, so that is somebody activated the encounter.
He's about to come in and rock your world if you're not careful.
Yeah, he's a little upset there. Randomize. You know what? You only live once. Oh wait,
Did
I'm not
Jamie
equipped.
do
Hold on.
it?
He did. I think he did.
Jamie!
Up.
Jamie!
Oh gosh, darn it.
For those of you who may not know who Randomized User is, he does some fantastic videos on Savage Lands and always comes out with lots of funny comments and occasionally does a drunk video, which is really funny. Just gonna throw that out there. We absolutely enjoy watching his videos, and one of the best things about it is that he always tags us when he posts a new one. So if you guys make funny videos, if you make, you have your own attempt at killing her with friends, or if you're gonna go down the road of trying to solo him, make sure you tag us when you post those videos or before you go ahead and stream, because we love watching them. We love jumping into streams and seeing what's going on. If you're going to be streaming, try and let us know a couple hours ahead of time so we can actually come join. Our search doesn't always show up right away, so sometimes... Jamie's trying to record the encounter as well.
So yeah, as you can see, everything's on fire. So Kerr is actually, he's kind of a staged encounter. Right now, if I had to generalize this type of counter, we'd call it in MMO terms a tank and spank. So it's just very DPS driven. There's not much, I mean, there is much to it. You got to make sure you have the right stuff and enough people. But somebody did do a Leroy Jenkins on this. But yeah, you do want to make sure you have enough people, the right armor, DPS to take him out. I am going to evolve the encounter over time. So it'll become more and more intricate, especially as I add, oh, son of a gun, as I add more items to Kerr's drop table, as well as more items that you can craft. So it'll become, he landed on the other side. Ooh, it worked. So it's going to become a pretty cool encounter. Why did the music turn off? I bet you I know why.
Did you break, Chris?
No, I bet you I know why.
You broke it. Chris broke things. It's always Chris breaking things. Alright, so I do have my winners.
Awesome.
And, congratulations to M. Sosa, Bowsercock, Suffolk, to have peace, and the Trap Maker. Congratulations, guys. You are going to win a copy, or you have won a copy of Savage Lands. Whether you get your brand new time to join us, or whatever. Yeah. Chris, how's that going?
Oh! I died.
Did you die?
Gosh darn it.
Well, we didn't say that this was going to be easy. In fact, we actually specifically said that it was going to be very, very, very bad. Although,
I know.
You claim that you were coming in as the ringer for this match.
Well, you know, I like to brag a little.
Yeah.
I was engaged there for a second.
We all saw how engaged you were, and we also died.
Why am I getting attacked? Of course the skeletons pick me out of the crowd. I mean, come on, guys.
Of course he does. I mean, it's not like you have any, dev hacks or anything like that in this world.
No. Kerr's, oh, I gotta reorganize my gear. Son of a gun, that totally messed me up. It's not what I wanted. Sorry, everybody.
This is what happens when Leroy Jenkins
That was a Leroy Jenkins moment there. No doubt about that. Leroy Jenkins! Fortunately, though, I got multiple Rage Banes and Soul Storms, but it didn't play out the way I'd hoped. Why didn't... Now, we got a lot of people here, so we can keep Kerr engaged. We can keep whittling him down. He's not an easy encounter. I'm gonna, if you guys haven't noticed, by the way. Where did that go?
Well, after the first version of the Kerr encounter might have been a little easier. But not so much now. We did push out a number of updates throughout the last week. Thank you everybody for giving your feedback. Thank you to my amazing moderation team of Dev and Sean for struggling through with me on getting the dedicated server instructions written. We very much appreciate your help with that.
Great job, guys. And they're still continuing to be
Sean,
refined.
for helping me make them more legible. Yes, they're not done yet. We are not done anything yet by any means. There we go.
And if you have feedback,
yes,
please let us know on how to improve those notes in terms of what we want to do is make it so that any user can start a dedicated server at any time without any problem. So if there's elements of those notes that are confusing, please let us know and we will make some tweaks. All right, well.
Just ask, anyone know how I shall convince my friends to get this game and be a blast to play with some friendly faces? Quaker, one of the best way to do, honestly, is send them to here. You know, send them on a Thursday, or we do have a playlist on YouTube that has absolutely all of our dev streams on it, which basically gives you a look into what the game is like once a week. We're here every Thursday at 1 p.m. Pacific time, depending on what time of year that is. And we're always here to answer questions and talk about we started off the stream with what has just come out.
Why am I getting attacked by the baby pig?
What's coming out in the next update.
Come on,
for us.
Stupid dragon!
Chris, are you seriously getting killed by a?
I was getting a pig by a baby pig. Gosh darn it! My armor just got raked.
Nice. Well done.
Luckily,
well
I came with 4 sets. You've got to be kidding me.
I'm pointing out.
Sorry, guys.
This is why you need to put the savage sausage in so that we can get a drop from a baby split and have. I want that.
Oh, come on. Really? The range is that far? I could have sworn it wasn't that far. Gosh, I hate this stupid dragon. Ah! All right. Sorry, anyway, guys.
You're dead. You're dead.
No. I got it. Oh, my gloves are broken. Done. Let's move on to the next pair. Chest piece almost gone. You gotta be kidding me. We're just going through sets here. All right, let's re-equip the second. Helm is almost gone. Get that back into order. Boots, yeah, what the heck. I'll throw in the next pair. All right, let's get back to it.
You're just... why is he attacking you when you're that far out?
Because
why are you pulling...
He knows who I am. I am the creator.
He's just really pissed off with you.
All right, here he is. So he's a brutal encounter. I mean,
yes.
Obviously you want to go in as a well-oiled machine. Oh, boy. Well, Jove, good luck. Kerr's, it's a pretty cool battle. I'm really happy with how this plays out. I mean, Kerr's not pleasant.
No, and as we all know, because Jerk has been, flying around for the last, 3 months attacking everybody, as once we added in the, Kerr's attack before, you could attack Kerr. There are 2 totally different things there. So, yeah.
What did you just rake through? Stupid dragon?
Something, because you're now dying. Again.
I mean, he's getting down. He's not...
No, it's not that. It's just you need... That's tailwind. I'm telling
This is awesome, by the way. I'm loving that. Guys are just falling. Oh, son of a gun.
Attack harder, Chris. Attack harder. I do enjoy the fact that you have Ragebane and a Soul Stone. How much of the Soul Stone is countering whatever Kerr does?
Well, keep in mind the Soul Stone
and
Rage...
You basically need to have one?
The Soul Stone will cure disease. It doesn't cure poison. Frost berries cure poison, so you want to have some on you. Soul Storm coupled with a Soul Stone or Spirit Orb, they kind of work hand in hand with each other because Soul Storm does cure poison. So it's a good combo to have, and they both regenerate health. I'm also using Rage Bane because it does the most damage. So you want to come into this encounter. Oh, you've got to be kidding me! What did I? Oh!
Hey, Jamie, you remember having burned through rock? Yeah, Chris just experienced that for himself. It's a bit of an annoyance, eh?
What's that?
That fire goes directly through the rocks.
Come on, Chloe. Oh, well, it's dragon fire.
I'm sorry, dragon fire is not going to be able to wrap around rock. Fire doesn't.
Does in the Savage Lands, Chloe.
No, that doesn't make any sense because it's not wrapping
magic.
Around it. It's actually going through the rock.
Oh, that was a cool screenshot. Kerr flying.
Not quite
All right.
there.
All right, guys. Kerr he's not going to go down without a fight, obviously. So, anyway, yes, you're right. There are some issues. We got to fix colliders.
There's always some issues. It's game
Chloe,
development! Yay!
well, this is early access, right? It's early. I'm excited to be here with a bunch of people killing the dragon. I mean, this is super awesome. We're trying to kill the dragon anyway, and he's just raking the heck out of us. This is super awesome, and to be able to do this in stream. I would have said now if I
dragon fire, not regular fire, so that is very true. But still.
Now, how I would have organized it, I would have said, "Hey guys, let me give everybody 10 frost bandages, 10 frost berries." I would have distributed some of the things I have here, but Carnifex decided, "Screw this, let's go all out. We can do this." Gosh darn it!
Well, you know, it does make for a very amusing stream, if nothing else.
All right, we got to re-engage. Everybody's naked. It's just starting to become really bad. And Carnifex is up there on the rock. Unless he repaired. All right, so we're... oh, you son of a gun. You jerk. What am I out of? What armor? My chest piece... Ah! My chest piece is already down? Who balanced this thing?
You did.
That awesome?
It's all your fault, Chris.
And he comes after me every time. Stupid jerk dragon. Why me? I didn't do anything.
Yeah, he recognizes that you are the creator, and therefore he's going to just destroy you.
I'm going to hide behind these rocks, Chloe.
Yeah, you should
but you know what?
Well, that works out for you.
It actually works really well, believe it or not. The rocks have line of sight colliders on them, so he'll break line of sight and move on to another target.
Well, that part is true, but first you've got to get away from the fire that's going to bleed through the rock.
Oh, jeez Louise. I got to go repair. I have one chest piece left. You've got to be kidding me. I have to repair the one I have.
Where's your forge that you totally
It's right down here at the bottom.
Ah, gotcha. That's not too bad. By the way, that is an awesome name. He totally does know that Chris set up the irritation. He totally does.
Wow. This is
absolutely true. Kurt is a jerk, and he likes to get back at the people who have been poking around at him for the last several months. Can't imagine why he's, reacting poorly. This
is great, though. I love seeing all these people here. We definitely have to do a more organized raid attempt.
maybe next week we can we'll actually get it set so that everybody is on at the same time and we do that. That would be fun.
All right. I got so mad, Chloe. I just actually quit out of the game.
Well, on the upside, at least that doesn't mean that you are, taking the server down with you anymore, because we have had that happen. But
Soulstorm.
Not anymore, because dedicated servers, yay! It's not being run from one person's computer anymore. Which is the whole point of this, is that we have, with the introduction of the dedicated servers, we also released current counter. So, because Chris already knew when he was designing the current counter that 8 people were not going to cut it. Because you have, what, 16 people, and it's not going so well.
It's not going so. It's a big encounter. I mean, it is. You need a lot of people, and you need to do it well. I mean, you got to be organized, but at the same time, I'm seeing some things that I need to fix.
Well, that's always going to be.
Yeah.
You got to get your corpse back and repair your stuff.
Done. Where did randomized user go? He's all the way up there. Oh, anyway, sorry.
I think he had his spawn didn't take, so he logged back in. And
somebody found Draymar. Randomized user. It's like, what? Oh, wait. All right, Kerr. What are you going to do, bud?
So, because there are enemies that actually spawn when Kerr is in the area, there, or at least that's that you're supposed to also be dealing with, like skeletons and other creatures. I did happen to see in one of Jamie's videos that Kerr does not care who or what is in that area. He will attack those enemies, which can be, beneficial, because if you don't have a spawn point and you accidentally, on purpose, go in and trigger Kerr, you might actually have enough gear or random materials in your run to actually create yourself a spawn point very quickly. So watch out for the little mobs who like to come in and be annoying.
Yeah, that's
the gong is heard across the world. So
well, the idea too is that you would have a separate group cleaning up the mobs that spawn. So you want to keep a couple guys off to the side that can kind of clean up any of the spawners while you got a larger attack force hammering in on Kerr. If you have a 20-man raid, 30-man raid, I don't know if anybody's ever done an MMO with, maybe have, but you got a large group of players. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So one of the things I was talking about with one of our coders over here, we don't have a real loot system, like an MMO-style loot system, something we're going to put onto our plate to add in time. But short term, we're going to add in a D100 roll so that you can roll, you can do something where you do /, basically it's a random. Highest number, you guys can then, the raid leader can then kind of distribute loot based off of roll numbers. It's a bit old school, it's kind of temporary, but until we get a better solution in, I think it'll suffice, and it'll be up to players to kind of manage that. Wow, he is a brute. This is quite the encounter. I'm on my 3rd set of Ebon Steel. Luckily, Carnifex here is naked. Everybody is just decimated.
So Paps just asked, can you increase player count for the server? And in fact, you can. We chose to limit it today because we're doing some additional testing while streaming. So it's actually limited to 16 players right now. The targeted one that we suggest you set the server to is actually 32. Bear in mind, we've had the dedicated servers out for a week. So we're technically now going into like our 2nd week of testing with dedicated servers. There are a lot of changes that we will find. There are a lot of things that we will probably try to improve and optimize throughout this. Servers are absolutely in beta. These are not the final servers. Do not expect that when you log in and start running right now that it is going to be running this same way when we're done with because it's not. But we decided that we wanted to get them out because everybody's been asking for them and we've been working on them for so long. Because the best way that we can find bugs is to have multiple bodies just be thrown at them again and again. So if you guys are actually running a dedicated server and you're finding bugs, please make sure that you are posting them in the forums, in the bug forums, and we'll just do a separate, because we don't want builds, but we'll do one for dedicated servers. Sean, Dev, Cry, just start using dedicated servers as the tag. And that way, you know, we can actually identify and isolate some of the issues that are going on. To be fair, so many of us at Signal and Digital that we only have so many bodies that we can actually test with. So you guys are absolutely instrumental in helping us out with that. We really
Oh, he's hit reacting, boys and girls. We got him down pretty low. Just FYI, don't give up. When he's hit reacting, basically he's reacting to our hits. That means we have him below 5% or 10% health, which is like 10,000 health. But nonetheless, we're in a good spot. Don't give up yet. Keep those arrows flying. Unleash hell.
Just Dragon, that is actually something, the actual issue that you're talking about right now is something that we're looking at and we're working on right now. We know that right now if you want to run a dedicated server and play Savage Lands at the same time, you actually do need to have 2 copies of it. We are working on, as we said right at the beginning of the stream, it's one of our top priorities that we have already started working on. We don't have an ETA when it's going to be fixed, but we know it's definitely a valid concern and something that we want to get resolved as soon as is possible.
Oh, I got one more chest piece left. By the way, guys, when Kerr takes flight here, this is actually your opportunity to everybody kind of mend up, repair armor if you can. That's why I built a blacksmith down below, and get ready for and get ready to engage him again. He's getting low, so we're doing a really good job of getting him down. Oh, he's landing on the other side.
All right, Spark Shards. Right now, we're not at a point where we can say what the next big things are that we're working on. Chris, I was mentioning earlier in the stream that that's something that he's doing. He's working on the planning aspect of the next couple months of Savage Lands. What we do, however, so many dudes in that statement, is every time we are working on our next patch, we always do a run of preview notes, and we did run through in the stream. There's always a posted version of those in the forums, so you can see as we move through preview and then into beta, which is where we actually give it to anybody who's opted into our beta, and then into release, we track what's going to be included in the very next update. And when we're working on bigger things that take a while, we've been talking about working on the current encounter and customized characters and dedicated servers, probably more than a month. You can track some of those bigger things on our Trello board, which is a great time to be talking about it. And the Trello board, it kind of does a couple of different things. The Trello board primarily is a place for you guys to see what has been suggested, meaning what it is that you guys would like to see. You can go in and comment on an item, like say you really want the dragon to drop meat, or you want to be threatened. I don't find that. You can go in and vote on that. If you want to see it implemented in a particular way in the game, you can comment and have a discussion about it. What that also does is when we have taken a suggestion or request and actually working on it, it moves into another column, and that's where we're in development or in some cases in beta. And then when it's actually released, it goes into the final column, which is things that are now appearing in the game. And it does need to be updated because, of course, we released a new update today, or our current update, which is now update 16. So the long and the short of it is, yes, we are working on new things, but we don't have a final list yet because Chris is still working on that.
Yeah, the list is kind of, we have 21 days until the next update, so a lot of it's work in progress. But, you know, the initial list is up there. Just want you guys to know that we do have another patch in the works. If you guys need food, we do have to keep Kerr engaged, by the way. If he loses, there's a timer. I'm not going to say how long that timer is, but there's a timer. If we lose his aggro, he will fly off, and all that hard work that we've done up to this point. Son of a gun. Who has aggro? Because Kerr just came and torched us. There's frost berries on the ground. Take what you need, guys. You know, if you one pile should be enough. Some frost fern bandages. Chloe, you still there?
I am. I'm still here. Totally still here.
There's a couple spirit orbs. Oh, there we go. All right, where did Kerr go? Please tell me. There, he's still flying. He didn't fly off. Somebody kept him. All right, we just got to keep him. Yeah, we just got to keep him mad. There's a lot. Let the bodies hit the floor. There's a lot of bodies all over the place. Oh, this is good. I just love the fact. This is the most amazing. I'm just glad to see it. There's a difference between when I test it and then when actually seeing it live in the Red Gunk artifacts.
All right.
We need to.
Let's do another giveaway.
Yep, giveaway. He is killable.
What do you want it to be? What's the keyword?
Kerr.
Well, that's boring.
All right, Chloe, your turn. I threw that one out there.
All right.
You shot it down.
Aggro. Because you got to keep aggro. Or, no, I was going to say we'll do a phrase, but that's it. We're going to do aggro. So, that is keyword, 5 letters, no caps, no spaces, no random stuff.
There's a little bit of a concern.
So if you want to, just make sure you're using the right keyword, not Chris's keyword, because I don't like Chris's keyword. It's not Kerr, it is aggro. For those of you who are wondering how how we pick the winners, it is a random.
Is everybody still here?
Those of you who are following the channel do get us slightly higher. I don't know how much higher, but that is what the plugin says. I just use a plugin through Google Chrome for someone who was asking me how we go about picking. It is not me. I just click a button and it rolls the dice and whoever wins, wins. But we always pick multiples, as you may have noticed throughout the stream. So make sure that when you're entering it is only just the word aggro, nothing else, because otherwise it won't count.
It is. I think we may have crashed. As delighted as I am right now.
Crash the encounter?
We might have crashed the encounter.
It doesn't appear to be moving. That's bad.
No, that's. I think we may have crashed the server. Holy smokes!
How did you manage to do that?
That's a good question, but we'll go look at the logs to see what happened. So it looks like the server may have crashed, everybody, and I greatly apologize because a lot of hard work was just put into this encounter. I'm very sorry, but I do have a consolation prize, mostly. I'm really sorry, but it looks like something happened that may have horked the scenario, which is good because now I'm going to go look at the logs and find out what happened. But I'll restart the server really quick. I'll be right back. I'll be right back, Chloe. Keep them entertained.
Oh, jeez. Right, okay. Well, thanks, Chris.
I got to go restart the server.
All right, go restart. I just have the server actually plugged in beside you. Whatever, ladies and gentlemen, this is Chris that we were talking about here, and he's going to do whatever the heck he is going to do. So, however, I'm at least going to actually announce the winners for the copy of Savage Lands that we just picked for. So, congratulations to Desk Quode, Bride23, Glandio, Pops the Ganja Man, and Rue124. You have all won copies of Savage Lands, so thank you very much for joining, well, for everybody for taking part in that. We will do one more just before the end of the stream, I think, potentially, maybe. There we go, and the stream is almost back up. Yes, he has to actually walk to the server to restart because the server is actually at his desk, which is not in the stream room. Even though he uses the stream room constantly as his office. I don't know why the man just doesn't take an office, but that's neither here nor there. Point being, please make sure that if you have won throughout the stream today that you do go ahead and message us. Moobot did just put that link into chat. All you need to do is simply send me a message saying, hey, I won in chat today. It is just because during the stream I multi-task to do the code giveaways on top of everything else. Because in case you haven't noticed, I do occasionally have to keep Chris on task, which is more than one would expect to be a complicated task, shall we say. Eddie, while that is actually possibly very true. We don't have a lot of Linux support in the actual office. That's one of the reasons why when we actually really rely on you guys who do run Linux to help us out when it comes to bugs or reporting frame rate drops and things like that. We don't have the ability to actually install Linux directly at Signal. So when it was, time to actually come up and build the servers, just like we did with Savage Lands originally, we spent a long time actually just building on Windows just to make sure that the game actually ran and functioned, and then we added additional support. So similarly to that, I can't promise that we'll ever get Linux, because I would assume we will, but I can't promise because I don't know. We will get it in there, hopefully, once we've gotten more time with the actual servers as it stands. So, and so I'll be able to break down. Ukra, so both your questions are very important. The pre-built structures are not, obviously, are not salvageable right now. There is no concept of salvage in the entire game as of yet. And because a pre-built structure is actually different in terms of how the game sees it than a player-built structure, we would actually have to add additional functionality to get those particular models to be salvageable. That doesn't mean that it won't necessarily happen, it's just not in the cards at the moment. As far as I know, since Chris has not shared the new 4-month plan with me yet.
No, it's still
that being said, with regards to renewable resources, that's also something that we're paying a lot of attention to. However, we are paying attention to it with the idea that when you build a game and you make it realistic, there is logic as in the world, there's what the game runs. And we know that eventually people will run out of resources. However, the way the game is designed, it is not designed for you to set up a world, or sorry, set up a town and then not move from that town. There is no way at this present moment, or there is no desire from us in the game design for you to do that. So that means that right now trees don't respawn. There are how many trees in the world, Chris?
67,000. There's a lot.
Yeah.
67K.
So there's a lot of trees.
Well, my biggest fear with that, by the way, Chloe, if I may chime in, when I see a lot of players in games that have resources, we're talking about resources that respawn, right?
Yes,
by the way, guys, the crash actually wasn't related to the server thing that I was looking for. It was related to something in the AI. We did something and we broke it. We broke the AI. So super awesome. Great job, everybody. But the downfall, the side effect is Kerr is no longer here. But we broke something which was really cool. Thank you. I got nothing else. Anyway, respawning resources. I don't want players sitting around the same rock all day, waiting for it to respawn.
Yep.
I actually want you to move through the world. And the way I'm kind of distributing resources, there are certain areas in the world that are richer than others. So it's kind of a risk versus reward thing. Do you want to venture off to the Tower of Court Azul and mine some of the best resources in the game? Or do you want to wander around the start area near Argo and, take your chances and get what you get? It's as simple as that. So, but I do like players to keep moving. Yes, could you clear cut the entire island? It's very possible. And if you do, send me a screenshot. Because that would
No, not a screenshot. That's not going to show anything. You're going to have to actually walk through the world.
Or a YouTube video would be awesome.
Actual video of that.
I would love to see that.
And then we also want to know how many players you had on the world throughout that time, as well as how long the server was running. Because those three things are actually going to, give us a better idea of how long it takes. From all of the games that we've seen, there's some serious work put into some worlds, which is awesome. But we've never seen a world completely clear-cut, that's completely mined out.
Yeah, so we did our best here. We fought valiantly and we found a bug. I apologize. I will be the first one to say that there are bugs. So Chloe will be the second one to say that there are bugs.
Yep.
But We're going to do this again. We're going to try next week. I'm going to run it on a different machine to see what happens because I'm curious how it kind of played out. But yeah, I do want to give away a couple things if everything's all right.
Yep.
So if you guys want to come over by me, I'll give out some stuff one at a time. Some bags that I have. I don't have a lot, so well, I do have enough for 8 people mostly, but I'll give away most of the junk I have, and I'll give away Everwood because that's entirely
which is not junk. It's
no. Everwood is valuable as well. Especially it'll be valuable if you want to craft the Everwood bludgeoner in the next update, which I'm super excited about. So yeah, so you guys come on over, meet over by the blacksmith that I put up before we started the battle. We'll do one at a time. All right.
All right, and while you're doing that, I'm going to do one more giveaway. So, Chris, you get to choose a new keyword. I didn't let you choose the last one. No, we've already used that.
I'm just trolling you, Chloe. I'm just trolling you. Let's do something fun. How about...
Pick something from lore. Do something from the lore.
That's awesome. Hold on.
Yes.
Lore, because, you know, I can't keep everything in my head. I'm actually looking up certain things. What do I want to do? Hold on. I got it. I got it.
What do you have, Chris? Spit it out. Use your words.
I'm using them. Oscira. O-S-C-I-R-A. How's that? Since that's where we're at.
O-S-C-I-R-A. All right. Sure. Yes. Sure.
All right, look at this. This ragtag band. Randomized user is the only one here with no armor on. I guess he got ravaged by the dragon. All right, guys. One item per customer, please. We will start the loot giveaway now. 1 item per player. All right. I know this isn't going to end well.
Well, hopefully it will, and hopefully everybody who was on the server did actually get back on. I saw Kubla Khan saying he wasn't able to get back on, so maybe you can meet up with him in a bit and give him something from that. All right. While you are doing that, why don't we start the wrap up? Because my God, we all know that takes forever for the both of us to do.
Yeah, it is quite the long process.
It's a thing. It's a thing. There's a lot of information that we want to get out, so it's it's a thing. As Chris doesn't say anything at all.
One per player, guys. I want to make sure everybody gets something out of this. All right. Sorry, Chloe.
This is what happened. No, it's fine. You're doing that as I'm actually pulling names, so it's we're not. Neither one of us are certain or completely engaged in the what the heck we're doing, which is never a good sign because it leads to dead air, and that's just boring. So
yeah, dead air.
I'm trying to fill in the gaps here with random words and thoughts and feelings while I pull the winners.
All right. So for those of you guys watching this stream, if there's anybody here that doesn't have Ebon Steel, I'm going to throw some Ebon Steel out. So anybody that doesn't have a set of Ebon Steel, it's yours. Please, guys, if you've already looted, let the guys that haven't looted take this stuff, okay? Please, please, please. Wow, that went quick. All right. All right, so what else do I got?
All right.
Hold on. I'm still going. I'm going through my bag, so it's going to...
Okay, well, you do that, and I've got my winners. So, congratulations to, as I try and understand your names. Nebulush something. Pack Nasty, Hell Tiger 8, BX Rock, Spark Shards, and Hog Fart. Those are our final winners for today, and I sent it from the wrong account again. La 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 la. I don't know why I'm doing that a lot today, but just in case... There we go, Dev. You can see it from the official account. My bad. And yeah, so while Chris manages and does all that stuff, I'm gonna start.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw mostly all my
So-
stuff. I'm gonna throw most of my stuff on the
Everybody for
ground.
joining us today. All right, and people can fight over it or whatever.
Yeah.
Thank
Fight!
you very much for everybody joining us today. We really appreciate not just your, you coming and joining us and taking part in a aborted attempt at
It
fighting
was a
her.
valiant attempt, not an
go
aborted,
take
a
look at some
valiant.
AI. Well, yeah. Well, we'll go look
We
at
did our best.
the AI.
Keep going, Chloe. What happened to you? Where'd you go?
And hopefully next week we can
Gremlins.
try this again with a little more planning, and here's how we're going to do it, and a little less derpage perhaps, and a little less breakage.
Speaking of derpage, Chloe, where did you go, Chloe? Looks like Chloe left us, everybody. So you know what this means. I can have fun on the stream all by myself now with no community manager to tell me what to do. Oh, she's calling me back. Chloe. Oh, man. Here, Chloe, we'll call you. We'll get you back on the stream, Chloe.
Well, that was fun.
There we go. Oh, darn it.
I don't know. Maybe there's grandma.
There was a moment of excitement. I was telling everybody, with Chloe Gunn now, we can do whatever we want. We're free.
You could, yes, but no. That's not how that works.
All right, guys. I'm all out of stuff. Minus, hold on. I got some more frostberries. Here's some frostberries. That's it, everybody. For me, thank you guys for coming. I'm sorry that the dragon ended in a crash that we can now use to go and fix something. Was good, but thank you.
Absolutely.
Anybody want a broken ebon steel helm? Boom. You can have that too. Unfortunately, though, I will be holding on to Soulstorm and Ragebane.
Can't imagine why.
I thought I had two. What did I do?
What I was saying was we appreciate you posting all your bugs and giving us your feedback and suggestions when it comes to things that you want to see it. So please make sure that you're still doing that. If you do post a bug, please double check back like a day or so later, if not later that same day. We very often will ask you questions, ask for more information, which helps us go and target where all the issues are. If you are looking for the most up-to-date information, of course, you can find that via clicking follow on Steam, or follow us here on Skype so you always know when we go live. But, of course, you can find the latest and greatest information that is always up-to-date on the SavageLandsGame.com website, on our Twitter @SavageLandsGame, or on Facebook.com/SavageLandsGame. Tell what our naming convention is. We always update as soon as we have new information, so hopefully you will follow us in one of those very awesome places. And of course, just throwing it out there, if you are new to Savage Lands, we've got a bunch of incredible player guides that are linked directly in the Steam Hub, as well as we have a really robust Wikipedia that is all done and contributed to by our incredible community. We currently are working on Russian, German, and French. So if that is one of the languages that you speak and you want to get involved and help us translate it, please reach out to either Devlin, Pixie, or Sean on Wiki so that you can come in and join us and share the wonderful languages that you speak. If you speak an additional language other than English, French, good grief, I just said this. English, French, German, or Russian, and you want to be able to start translating for fellow speakers of whichever language you speak, you are definitely more than welcome to do that as well. Again, just reach out to Devin and Sean, and they will get you started on that process. As I said earlier, we do have our Trello board where you can vote for things that you would like to see, comment, and or make suggestions as well. So please check that out as well. And Chris, do you have any final things to say?
I always have things to say. So I'm looking in chat just so you guys worried if you die during the encounter. I'm going to leave the server up for a couple hours so that you guys can get your gear. Don't worry at all. If you have an issue, or if for some reason you can't get to your gear, just post in the forums. I can always host the server and make sure that you get everything. I apologize if we didn't get anything out of it. I'm sorry for the crash. It is what
It happens.
It happens, but the good thing is we got some good info out of it. That's the positive to it, and hopefully you got some stuff that I threw on the ground for you, for everybody for joining. But for those new out there, thank you for joining our stream today. Thank you for checking out Savage Lands. As you can tell, our streams are absolutely amazing. One of the best streams you'll ever see every week, because Chloe and I are phenomenal at what we do. As well as we have no issue with saying that the game crashed, and we'll go fix that real quick. But we're really happy that we got this amazing community behind us, and you guys are great. If you're new, the game's on sale. Go check it out. $8 US. Depending on what country you're in, it's really cheap, 60% off.
Yeah.
So thanks to Valve for setting that up with us. They're really good about working with us on these sales and getting more product awareness for Savage Lands, which I think it deserves. The game is very much work in progress. We are early access. We're 5 months into our early access, not 2 years, only 5 months. We're 6 months now?
6 months. Right.
We're 6 months now, but nonetheless, we're only 6 months. We still have a ways to go before we are anywhere near complete. But as many of those old schoolers that are on the stream or in chat right now can tell you, we have been making great progress. We have continually kept the game updated. There are no plans to abandon the game. I had to get it in at some point, Chloe. You knew it. It was coming.
I was waiting for it, actually. I'm surprised it took you this long.
We haven't abandoned the game. We're actually very committed to...
if we have, you have to admit that we are the most communicative devs for someone who's abandoned the game.
I would agree. It's like, yeah, those devs abandoned the game even though they do a weekly stream and play with the fans and give away stuff. That's really...
Yeah.
Those guys are real jerks. They're just taking the money and running. Anyway, all right, sarcasm aside. But we have a lot of work to do. We'll fully admit that. There are bugs. We'll fully admit that. There's some more work to be done on the dedicated server. And if you guys, some of you guys that are far more technically savvy than I am, I'm just a designer. I'm a creative type. If you guys have ideas on how we can improve our dedicated server tech, let us know. And we will add it into our pipeline if it makes sense where we can, and look to improve it. We got a lot of cool things planned. Unity 5 is potentially in the horizon, as well as cool things like fixing crashes with the Dragon potentially, and all sorts of fun stuff. I think Chloe left us again, but excellent. Then it's time to say what I want to say without the community manager. But hold on, let's get Chloe. Our streams are so awesome. Boy. All right, Chloe, hold on. I'm going to hang up on you, and I'll call you back. This is how we roll, everybody, if you're new to our... there we go. Hello, Chloe. Welcome back.
Hi,
welcome back to our stream, Chloe.
Right after the stream, but I can't do anything about it now.
All right, so with that, guys, thank you guys very much for coming. Sorry about the Dragon. We'll do another Dragon run next week. I'll put it on another server. I'll potentially increase the load, and I'll also make sure that I have a bunch of good stuff to give away in the event that Kerr decides to kick our butt. Also, next week... please. We're going to organize ourselves. We're going to come up with a raid force. I am going to need guys with bows and arrows. I'm going to want the guys that have heavy armor. We're going to go in and tank. We're going to be organized. The well-oiled machine. We're going to kill that stupid dragon. So, but with that said, that's next week. We're going to do another one of these, and I'll also have some giveaways. But thank you guys very much. If you have feedback, post up in our forums. But thank you. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. It was quite the show today.
It is always a show.
It is. Thank you guys very much. Until next week, I will see you on the forums. And, and all that good stuff. So let me figure out how to turn this off. All right.